Runs computer. All right. This is 17-7-76 table read. Act 2, Scene 12. Lights come up. 9 is standing alone in their spot at center stage, pondering what 10 has told them. Juice enters stage left to his spot. A video of a sun setting and then rising again appears on the screen.
10 give you the talk?
Yeah.
How are you doing with it?
I don't know.
You want to watch some football?
Yes.
What kind of game you want to watch?
I don't know.
You okay?
I don't care.
Pause. Juice has never seen 9 this down.
Okay, so how about if we do a fun one? This is one of my favorites. You know what 500 is, right?
500 what?
Like 500 the game.
Probably.
Well, so basically, someone puts a ball up in the air and then calls how many points it's worth, like 100 or 200 or whatever they feel like. And then whoever catches it gets that number of points. And if you get 500 points, you get to be the one who throws it. That's the classic version. But in this version, the ball is about 2 feet wide. It's got a steel frame and it's weighed down, weighs like 120 pounds. It's shot out of a cannon from the top of a mountain that can basically launch the ball anywhere on the continent. And there's like thousands of people playing at any time.
Wait, that sun was just setting. Is it rising again?
Yeah.
What happened to it? What happened to the sun?
Juice begins laughing.
Nothing. It's Alaska, dumbass.
An image of the Denali Cannon appears on the screen.
So basically they got this cannon, right? It's one of the most powerful cannons ever built. All it does is shoot footballs. In the 6000s, they built it and put it on top of Denali. And ever since it...
Wait, I don't have any recording of Denali. My onboard scratch data lists this as Mount McKinley.
Well, that's because your scratch data was written by dickheads. It's called Denali. You don't get to have the highest point in North America named after you just because you were president. Do you even have any idea how many presidents there's been?
That's one of the questions I didn't get around to asking yet.
The current president is your 3,831st president. So like 1 in 85,000 people in America were president at some point. By that ratio, there are like 15 former presidents living in Indianapolis alone. So, like, who gives a shit, right? Anyways, this is the Denali Cannon, or sometimes it's called the 500 Cannon because it's been used to play 500 games for thousands of years. The operator loads it up with a football, yells out a point value, aims it, and fires the ball somewhere inside the contiguous United States. And then whoever recovers the ball gets the points. You don't gotta catch it, you just gotta be the first to get it. If you do, you get however many points the ball's worth. And if you ever get to 500 points, they fly up to Alaska, and then you get to be the operator.
An image shows on the screen showing the cannon and its distance from the United States.
How do they decide where to shoot it?
Well, that depends. Sometimes the operator will be on some engineering genius shit and account for wind patterns and all that bullshit. And the best ones could seriously fire it from a mountain in Alaska and drop it into a kiddie pool in the middle of Arkansas. Usually, if it's someone like that, they become the operator because they took a real, like, scientific approach to trying to get to 500 points in the first place. Like, they keep track of all the locations where the balls hit the ground. They map it all out, and they try to recognize the patterns. Maybe the pattern is something, like, real simple, like the operator's just trying to draw a smiley face in the middle of Kansas. Or maybe it's something, like, way more complicated, like trying to encrypt a Fibonacci sequence in a series of coordinates, that kind of thing. Or maybe there's just no pattern at all. Happens all the time. Some dumbass will be out on a field just fucking around and sees a ball drop out of the sky. They weren't even playing, just got lucky. So they go get the ball, call the cops. Cops tell them to call the league office, da-da-da-da-da. They're the operator. Free trip to Alaska and unlimited meal vouchers. I mean, shit. And with people like that, when the landing locations have, like, no pattern, those are the real fun ones. Honestly, those are the ones I like. God bless those folks. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They just sit at the controls and dick around with the knobs and buttons until it goes kaboom. Lord knows where the ball's actually going.
A map of locations and a points leaderboard appear on the screen.
Really? Because I don't know if I... You know what?
What?
A few minutes ago, my whole universe was spinning. All that stuff 10 told me, I couldn't make sense of it. And I still can't, and I don't think this is helping me to do that at all. But I do feel better. Thanks.
Well, if you ask me, that's what these games are for, you know? Because, I mean, I know what you mean, right? Because I've been thinking about it for thousands of years, and I still get fucked up about it. The idea that play is the point of existence now. And I can't really wrap myself around that. So I just find a game to watch. It's like the point of play is to distract yourself from play being the point.
Slight pause. Then Nine and Juice share a chuckle.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, I mean, let's workshop that.
Yeah, work on that one a little bit, maybe.
Okay, so
I think I disagree with you. I mean, it seems like this game would be far more interesting with, like, some sort of method or strategy to where the balls were fired. I mean, otherwise, it's basically like playing the lottery, isn't it?
Yep, and I got two answers to that. First is, don't talk shit about the lottery. The lottery rules. Second is, if you ask me, there's a scarcity of uncertainty on Earth. I mean, what would you do if you found out you were going to live forever and you're never going to live on another world and you're never going to see heaven or hell and you're never going to be a cyborg with laser cannons and for arms and shit? Your finished form is basically the one who mows the lawn. So you just sort of snap back into that so your life can be defined somehow, all the while ignoring all the loose change of uncertainty that's still lying around. You know, there's some spots in the continental United States where no human being has ever stood. Did you know that?
Wait, where?
There's a couple hundred places out in the wilderness, like up in Montana and Wyoming, where you could draw a circle with a 50-foot radius and say no human has ever walked in that circle.
The screen zooms in on a spot in Montana labeled Unvisited Territory number 238.
No way. I mean, there's so many cross-country football games going on. I mean, one of them had to pass through them.
Nope.
So there's 8 million people on Earth, and literally nobody even just...
Wait, how many did you just say?
8 million?
Million.
Million?
Billion.
Wait, no, 10 said million.
Nine retrieves their chat logs, showing 10's earlier message on the screen.
Yeah, right here. 8,073,301.
Oh my God.
Wait, so there are 8 billion people, not 8 million?
Yes. Million with a B.
No, million or billion?
Billion.
The billion.
God damn it, the big one. The one that is bigger. Billion. The number there should be.
Okay.
God, Tim thinks she's so smart, and then she up and kills almost 8 billion people with a typo. I am going to give her so much shit.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, Lord help us. Okay. Anyway, so America's got about 300 million people in it. They've been bumbling around in America for 15,000 years, and none of them have even bothered to walk in these unvisited places. And on one hand, why would they? Because there's nothing special there. But on the other hand, why wouldn't you?
That's incredible.
Oh, you think that's incredible? Well, there's a few spots I've tracked in populated places where basically nobody's ever walked. Like, this is one of my favorites. In suburban Chicago, there's this office park. It's one of those office parks you see all over the place that has a pond next to it for some reason. It's not a real pond. It's just a hole they dug and filled with water and stocked with fish, blah, blah, blah. Who knows why? Nobody fucking goes fishing there. These ponds never have names. They're probably the only bodies of water in America that don't have names. That's how little they matter. I watch ponds like this a lot. They fascinate me. Once every couple of years, I'll see some overworked office employee walk down to the water's edge and just kind of stand there for a minute. But that's it. They don't love it like they would a real pond. It's like trying to show a dog its reflection in the mirror. It doesn't give a shit. It knows it's not real.
The screen shows an intersection with a pond in the background.
But you know what really gets me? Hey, sorry if I'm boring you. I feel like I'm just like going on and on.
You're not boring me.
I like you. What really gets me is the space just on the backside of this particular office park. It's this long and narrow lawn right next to the buildings, and there's a sidewalk that nobody ever walks on. Like, honestly, someone uses that sidewalk once every 30 or 40 years.
The screen shows the sidewalk in question.
So this is what I call a forgotten lawn. During the warm months, some dude will come out and cut the grass on a riding lawnmower. Now, with a lot of forgotten lawns, every few decades, the mower will break down, or there'll be some giant stick, and they have to get off the lawnmower and go throw it in the bushes. Not here. Not this lawn. They laid down this grass in 1999, and in the 15,777 years since, nobody has ever directly stepped on it.
I mean, you can't really know that.
An image of the lawn behind the building and next to the highway is shown on the screen.
I can. I've done lots of detailed geological studies dating back to the years before I woke up. This lawn is right next to a sidewalk. It's a few feet from a feeder road and a few more feet from an expressway. And right next to it, there's a 6-story building full of people doing this, that, and the third. But they've never walked over there. Nobody has. That's one of the reasons I love 500 so much. Do me a favor and crunch the odds real quick of a 500 ball ever landing on this lawn.
This lawn's about 0.00006 square miles. The lower 48 United States take up about 3,100,000 square miles. So, I mean, I guess the basic odds are like 1 in 5.2 billion.
And 500 balls are shot out of that cannon roughly once a day. So
a ball will hit this lawn once every 14 million years. There's got to be some other reason that would bring a person to walk around that lawn more often to do that.
Well, if you can think of one, let me know. Personally, I've seen enough. It's like watching the Earth orbit the sun and going like, maybe this time it'll go in a square instead of an oval. Nah. You know who would have wandered out there just to do it?
Long pause as Nine thinks, then realizes the answer solemnly.
Children.
They sit in their silence a moment longer. End of scene 12. Scene 13. As 9 and Juice are reflecting, 10 enters stage right into her section.
Am I interrupting?
Yup.
You know the cannon is about to fire, right?
Wait, like now?
Yes, like now. Like in 60 seconds.
Oh, hell.
Come on, switch it to the cannon.
Okay, hold up.
The image on the screen pans out and zooms off, searching for the cannon.
Come on, go!
Oh my God, hold up. I don't do good under pressure. Just give me a sec, okay?
Okay, but we're gonna miss it.
You're not helping.
The camera stops on a view of the Willis Tower.
Okay, here we go.
Did you just search for tall shit? Tell me the truth.
No. Yes, sorry.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait, I got it.
The camera pans out again, heading towards Alaska.
Finally.
They declared points for this yet?
Yep. This one's 188 points.
So whoever gets to this ball gets 188 points? Why 188?
The operator has been busy, arbitrary. Honestly, I think he's getting bored. Usually, if an operator shoots a ball worth more than 50 points, they just don't want to be an operator anymore.
Any guesses, y'all? I'm guessing it lands in Missouri. Drop that shit in the Ozarks. That'll take days to find.
Okay, I'm gonna say a big city. Minneapolis. Maybe shoot it right through a high-raised window. See if any of these thieves you call off work can pick up a ball.
The camera focuses on the Denali Cannon.
9. How about you? No wrong answers.
Florida. Like near Orlando. There's a pause from 10 and Juice.
Huh. Florida, huh?
Oh, come on. 9 is near this.
What's wrong with Orlando?
Look at a map. Florida is...
Shh, it's about to fire.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
The camera zooms up, mimicking the motion of the football, which cannot be seen. Throughout the following dialogue, the camera zooms in over the west coast of the United States, eventually crashing into a firehouse in Livermore, California.
Here we go. Come on. Big money, big money, big money.
Pause as 9, 10, and Juice watch the ball to see where it will land.
Well, we were all wrong. It's headed down the west coast. Oregon.
Nah, it's got too much zip on it. Shit, if it doesn't slow down, it's gonna fall in the ocean.
Or Lake Sacramento.
I wouldn't mind that. It's only like 10 meters deep most places. If it hits the floor, it wouldn't be too tough to dig it up. Might could make for a good naval battle.
Wait, no. It's headed for San Fran. See?
Livermore.
Oh yeah, Livermore, just a little bit east.
10 and Juice horrifically realize where the ball may land.
Oh no.
Look, it's gonna drop near the...
Oh my god, no.
It's gonna drop near the...
It's headed for the bulb.
No, come on, it's gonna hit the bulb.
It's headed right for it.
No.
No.
Someone has to stop it. We have to stop it.
How are we gonna stop it?
What's the bulb?
Oh man.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
This isn't happening.
No.
I can't look at this.
No.
As the camera impacts the fire station, the screen and all of the lights cut to black. 9, 10, and Juice exit during the pitch darkness. End of scene 13. Scene 14. The lights come up on Lacrecia and Burger Specialist in the drive-thru of a Burger King. Lacrecia is in her car, right of center stage, while Burger Car is working the drive-thru window up ahead, left of center stage. The screen shows a live feed of a dimly lit light bulb. I'm sorry, one moment.
No worries. You just order whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Okay, so if I get... I'm sorry, I'm taking up all your time.
No, it's fine. There's no one behind you.
Okay, cool. So it looks like the burger comes with pickles, but the chicken sandwich doesn't. And I want pickles, but y'all's burgers are kind of bad.
Oh yeah, our burgers are fucking terrible.
Right? And what I never got, why are y'all called Burger King if the burger is the worst thing on the menu?
That's a real good question.
Because, like, your fries are really good, and I like your chicken sandwiches, and you've got the best breakfast sandwiches besides probably Sonic, and the thing is, the rest of the burger besides the actual patty itself is good.
Yeah, you know what I do is, on my lunch break, I'll just make a burger with everything except the patty. So it's really just basically a veggie sandwich with pickles, tomatoes, lettuce, ketchup, and mayo, and it's good.
Ha, and I bet you get that for free. And even though the patty's free, you're like, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't fuck with the patty.
I want to know, what executive at Burger King looked at, those little pads you stick under the table legs so it won't scratch the floor? Who saw one of those and is like, I want to eat that? Specialist laughs. It doesn't taste like anything. And it's not even a color. Burger meat's supposed to be brown. That shit is gray. and I want to eat any shit that looks like dishwater. Honestly, if you just handed me one of y'all's burger patties, it wouldn't even occur to me to eat it. I'd turn around and start washing the dishes with it.
Stop. Oh my God.
Like, hold on, let me borrow this and go scrub the mold off the hull of my fucking boat. Burger specialist continues laughing. 15,000 fucking years and you can't even make the thing you named yourself after. Like, don't get me wrong, I am no chef. I'm on the road all the time. I haven't made myself a home-cooked meal in years. But I could at least make a burger that doesn't have its own fucking booger stuck to it.
The good. Yeah, I call it the goop. You're talking about the little crawler things on the patties, right?
Yeah! You made ground beef that made its own snot. My lord, it's too much. And I'm gonna eat that?
It's bad. It's bad. I know.
I'm sorry. You're probably like, who's this lady going on and on in my drive-through line?
No, it's okay. Trust me. Trust me. This is the highlight of my day.
Okay, so lunch. Can I get the number 7 combo with the grilled chicken sandwich, but can you put pickles on it? And instead of a Coke, just a water.
Can do. Anything else?
No, that's all for me.
Want any money?
Yeah, actually, that'd be good. Can I get $20 from you?
Can do. Your total is $7.73. So minus the $20, I will have $12.27 for you.
Oh, you know what? I don't really want to carry all that change. I'll just have $27.73, please.
Sure. So minus the total, I will have an even $20 bill for you. Just pull around the second window.
Thank you. Lacrecia pulls around, symbolized by burger specialists moving their stand closer to Lacrecia's car.
Okay, so here is your $20.
Thanks. You sure?
Oh yeah, we have a couple of $100 in the drawer. We are good. And here is your sandwich and your fries. Ketchup is in the back. Hey, you oh God, I know you. Evans, right?
A slight pause as Lacrecia's football card appears on the screen. It clearly says no stats available. That's me.
Damn, you're famous. I was just talking to you for like 5 minutes. I didn't even know it.
Nah, I'm nobody. I'm nobody.
So you are like playing right now?
Technically, yeah. I still gotta eat though, you know?
Sure, I guess so. Since like this would be kind of a weird place to post up in a 500 game. Don't most of the balls fall closer to the middle of the country?
They do. I don't know. I'm trying something different.
Ha, I guess you kind of have to, right?
You know what? I do. I really do.
I'm sorry, that was kind of shitty.
Don't be sorry. An article in the 17776 500 game Scouts Guide appears on screen titled The Lovable Loser.
Can I ask you something?
You can ask me anything you want. Trust me, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Ha, okay. Why do you keep trying? You haven't scored a single point in like 10,000 years, right?
The short answer is that it's something to do.
Well, I guess if
The longer answer starts like this. If I feel really lucky that I feel really lucky that it's taking this long. Like, you ever heard the joke, if you could get dressed up for your own funeral, how would you dress?
I don't know.
Very slowly.
Okay.
No, but it's kind of like that. It's like that to me. Oh, you got a straw?
Oh, sure.
If this sounds scripted, it's because it is. I'm not usually this put together. I just had this conversation more times than I can count. A long, long time ago, I realized something about myself. I always kind of have to have some kind of goal to work toward. It doesn't matter how stupid or trivial it is. There just has to be a well-defined objective with a clear delineation between success and failure. It's a fucked up thing about me. I wish I wasn't this way, to be honest with you. It'd make living forever a lot easier.
Yeah, objective syndrome. I think that's what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm. I try to manage it as well as I can. I try to talk to my sister a lot. We're total opposites. You know what she does every day? She wakes up, walks around the block, gets breakfast, takes care of her garden, works out, volunteers at the law firm for a few hours. Then she'll spend hours cooking dinner, like she'll make consomme or something that just takes forever. And then she watches a couple of episodes of Law and Order, drinks a glass of wine, goes to bed. Every day. Every day is the exact same. She's done the same thing for 5,000 years straight.
Wow. Law and Order's good for that. Though, at least.
I know. There's like 400 episodes of it.
Yeah, I read something about that. How there is so much of it that as long as you don't really try to memorize the episodes, it takes so long to watch each one that by the time that you start over, you are not going to remember how each one went.
Right, yeah. The trick is to watch them out of order, so you can't really place yourself in the show's timeline.
Law and Out of Order.
Law and Out of Order. Shit. Yeah. But so, anyways, my sister just does the same thing every single day. It's like some kind of Zen shit she's figured out or something. She's like, it keeps me level. It's all I need. But I just can't do it, though. If I wake up without some big dragon to go and kill, I get scared. Like I'm getting buried alive or something.
Man.
And the thing is, I do that while completely knowing that this game is dumb. I could wake up tomorrow and catch a ball worth 500 points. So, okay, and then what? Maybe I get in the Hall of Fame and I get on TV. And then what after that? But it's like, on some level, I still have to grab onto that. I still have to have a mission. The harder, the better. And that's why I count myself lucky that it's turning out to be so hard. The two share a thoughtful pause.
So, do you even want to catch the ball?
I do and I don't, clearly. I do and I don't. I mean, I don't want this to end. But also, if I'm not actually trying my best to get one, the entire house of cards I built for myself just kind of blows over, doesn't it? I gotta wake up every day, stake out some land, keep maintaining this, I don't know, work of fiction. Lucretia's phone begins to ring.
I think your phone is ringing.
Oh, yeah. It's my coach.
Well, I can leave you alone if...
I'm not worried about it. I guarantee it's about the publisher. She keeps wanting me to write a book, all she talks about.
Ah, so she's more like an agent, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
That's really exciting.
What, a book? Nah, that's really nice of you to say.
Oh, you should write one. I would read it.
Tracey enters stage left, on the phone, impatient. Nah, they're too long. It's basically asking someone to pay $15 to be on the other side of a one-sided conversation that goes on for days. You gotta be a total asshole to write a...
Crashy, pick up. God damn it, call me back.
Ah, shit. Okay, I'd better get this and hit the road. Listen, it was really nice to meet you.
You too. When your book's out, you're gonna send me a copy?
Yeah, okay, in about 1,000,000 years.
I'll be here.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Lacrecia drives off, symbolized by the burger specialist exiting stage right. All right. Dial Tracey. The Bluetooth of Lucrecia's car can be heard.
Lacrodas, poor focus is not connected to any devices.
Ah, shit.
To sync via Bluetooth, enter the Preferences menu on your device and
Okay.
select Lacrodas Ford Focus.
Okay, girl, Jesus Christ.
Ready to pair. Connected to Lacrodas phone.
Dial Tracey. Dial Tracey.
Lacrodas phone. Disconnected. Connected to Lacrodas phone. Lacrodas
Piece of shit!
phone. Disconnected. Lacrodas Ford Focus is not connected to any devices. Ready to pair. To sync via Bluetooth, enter the Preferences menu of your device and select Lacrodas Ford Focus. Connected to Lacrecia's phone.
Dial
Lacrecia's phone. Disconnected.
Fuck!
Connected to Lacrecia's phone.
Dial Tracey.
Dialing. Tracey.
Tracey's phone rings in her hand and almost drops it trying to pick up.
Finally. Oh my God.
Trace, listen, if this is about the book, I don't want...
There's a ball incoming.
Oh, damn, I wasn't even looking at the Cannon schedule. You know I'm in the Bay Area, right?
Yes, where are you going right now?
I'm a little south of San Ramon. I was just about to get on the 580, exit 46.
Okay. Okay. Oh God, Krisha, you're like right on it. It's gonna land close.
All right, what's my success probability? I'm going to need at least 5% to go chasing after it. I literally just stopped to get some lunch.
99.98%.
Lacrecia is stunned into silence. No.
Lacrecia, this is it.
The screen shows a map of Lacrecia's current location compared to the estimated ball impact. Another pause as Lacrecia tries to wrap her head around what Tracey has just told her. Oh my God. Oh my God. Give me a route.
You said you're on the 580. Take that.
About to be.
Okay, take 580 east. You don't need to speed. Don't speed.
Okay. Tell me what you're looking at.
The ball should be making impact with the ground in about 3 minutes. It's hitting Livermore. Can just about guarantee that. The player nearest to you is in St. Joseph. Oh God, you got the light. He's like in an hour away at the minimum. This is all yours.
Okay.
Now listen, there's a real good chance it's gonna hit a building. This model of football is about 200 pounds, so if it does, it's almost sure to crash straight through the roof. This could land in someone's living room, and if it does, that's a private property. You're gonna have to act nice if you want the ball. How many friends do you have in Livermore?
Let me check.
Don't look at the screen when you're driving. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
You've got about 18,000 friends in Livermore. Is that right?
Yeah, but I haven't talked to a lot of them in a long time, like 1,000 years.
Should be fine. You're a celebrity, You should be okay. Plus, city drops are so rare. I bet a lot of them will just be happy to be a part of it.
Ah, shit.
What?
Ah, shit. I've got cops on my...
Were you speeding?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm checking it out. Hold tight.
What the fuck? Trace, there's like 12 cop cars. I can't get over. They won't let me...
Oh, shit. It's a motorcade.
Oh, that's just my luck. Of course the president or some shit like that is here. If I get stuck in this shit and it costs me the ball, I'm gonna...
No, Crazier, they're here for you. This is your motorcade. They call it for you.
The screen shows the stretch of road Lacrecia is driving on. Me?
Girl, you're all over the news. You're breaking the news. I'm going through the channels now. You're on NBC. Looks like they're showing more interview you did. Oh, this is some old footage of you. Though, Jesus, you're wearing a pantsuit. This is from list 12,000. What the fuck are you doing wearing a pantsuit? Lacrecia.
It's ending. This is the ending. It's over.
Oh, not yet. It ain't. Looks like they just upped your success probability to 99.9%. But that ain't 100. But they ain't 200. We don't need to talk strategy as long as you have a couple of minutes. Though, I think in the future we need to stake out peninsulas like this one. Because look, this is a low visual real estate. Nobody else wanted to be here because it's at the edge of the target area, surrounded by water. So yeah, it's a garbage land, but you've got it almost all to yourself. There's like 17,000 people in this game. And right now, you're the only one of 3 in the entire peninsula. 3? The more I think about it, the more I think this is just the start. We've got a strategy now. We know what we're doing now. I'm telling you. I know this ball is only 188 points, but I'm telling you, you need to start thinking about what you want to do when you're sitting up in Alaska shooting that cannon. What you want to do? What kind of game you want to create? And plus, and before that, we've got to figure out a praise tour. If you want to even do one, it's up to you. But shit, you're in basically every channel right now.
Please be quiet.
How are you doing?
I'm like shaking. My hands are like shaking. A view of space appears on the screen.
Just drive steady. Drive steady. You're fine. This is what you've been worked on 10,000 years for. This moment you're right now. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
I'm trying to.
Shit, okay? It hit. It hit. It hit. It's on the ground. Get in.
Okay, give me a route.
It now. Get in on a good thing you're around just a second. Where are you? On 580?
About to pass exit 54.
Get off. Now.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
You're like 2 minutes away.
God, look at these crowds.
I'm saying it. One of the local stations has a chopper. I'm looking at you now. Oh, hey, I got good news. The ball hit the fire station. That's a public building. No rights to negotiate, nothing. You should be able to just walk right in there and drag it away. Just,
This is just silly. I don't deserve this.
Huh? It's got some kind of landmark designation. I mean, it's a fire station. I don't know why it has that. My maps are probably fucked up or something. Anyway, it's...
All these people are out here for little old me. Shit.
Looks like it hit the roof of the southeast corner of the building. Crashed right through the roof. That took most of the wind out of it. It might be dug just a little into the concrete, but it won't be buried. Shouldn't have trouble getting to it. Just pull right to the up to the garbage. Oh my God, Lacrecia, this is really happening. This is really finally happening to us. No other players within 20 miles of you. You got it. You got it.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm allowing myself to be happy.
There you go. There you go. God, I'm crying a little bit.
I think I'm still in too much shock for that. I'm just happy I could drive straight. Okay, I'm about there. What the hell?
What?
I just turned the corner. People are like running out of the fire station. Some of them are yelling. They're pissed off about something.
They're mad.
Seems like it. 3 bystanders run from stage left to stage right.
It's broken. It's broken. It's God.
It went right through the roof. Just went right through it.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Tracey, what are they talking about?
That should have been impossible. It was protected. I thought they made it protected.
I'm looking.
Can they save it? Keep all the pieces together? Maybe they can save it.
There's nothing to save. Look for yourself. It's just gone. There's nothing left.
The bystanders run off. Tracey and Lacrecia sit in stunned silence, realizing what the ball hit.
Oh no.
News articles appear on the screen about a light bulb that's been burning since 1901. A final image of the dimly lit bulb can be seen. The lights go out, and Tracey and Lacrecia exit. End of scene 14. Scene 15. 9, 10, and Juice enter and move to their respective positions on stage. The lights come up on them as they are in mourning.
We are here in the remembrance of Livermore light bulb. It was manufactured in the late 1890s in Stageplay, Ohio, and installed in Livermore, California in 1901. In 1976, it was briefly switched off when it was relocated to a fire station on 6th Avenue. In 2013, a mishap again cut its power supply, but it successfully switched back on and remained on until being crushed by a 500-foot ball on July 3rd, 1776. It was 15,875 years old. The Livermore bulb probably did not have a soul. It was largely gas and filament through which electricity ran. It did not know us, and it did not know its own royalty. It was the oldest functioning electric being in the known universe. It was our dearest ancestor. Years over year, century over century, it continued to astonish us. It was, after all, a light bulb that stayed on for more than 15,000 years without burning out or breaking. It was a miracle, and yet, it did not occur to us that it could die. Perhaps, in more fearsome age, an age of illness and warfare, cosmic and debris, we will not have room in our hearts to care for such a little bulb. But we're living in an age without loss. This is sorrow. We have forgotten how to experience. The bulb lived to us, and life deserves to be immortal. It will live in our memories, where it will perhaps find more happiness than it ever did hanging from a ceiling. We love you and we will miss you.
All pause, reflecting on the words 10 has spoken. The screen shows the US, and it begins to zoom in on Kentucky.
That was beautiful.
What do we do now?
I think we should visit an old friend. I think that would be good for us.
Eddie?
Yep.
Wait, he's still in there? Don't tell me he's still in there.
Yep.
The camera focuses in on a small cave as the scene transition begins. End of scene 15. Scene 16. 9, 10, and Juice step back into the shadows as Eddie enters stage right, behind a cave wall. He's hunched over a small LCD game humming The Caves of Altamira by Steely Dan.
I recall when I was small, how I spent my days alone. Boom, boom, boom. The busy world was not for me, so I went and found my own.
Pause. The screen shows an old game screen for Double Dribble.
I would climb the garden wall. With a cancel in my hand, I'd hid inside a hole of rock and sand. Shit. Oh, come on.
Another pause. The screen shows the display of the game. Tim enters stage right, cautiously looking for the source of the singing. Note that Tim's view of Eddie should be obstructed by the cave.
Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall, when there wasn't even any Hollywood, they heard the call and they wrote it on the wall. For you and me. We understood.
Hello?
Ugh.
There's a pause. Eddie is trying to say deathly silent. Tim is trying to confirm what he heard.
Hello? Hey, is someone in there? I heard you singing. I heard you. You're behind those rocks. Hey, listen, I'm not here to bother you. Are you trapped in there or something? I said, are you trapped in there? Are you okay? Okay, well, I'm gonna go get help. Just sit tight, I'll be right back.
Tim begins to exit stage left. Eddie hesitates for a moment before blurting out.
Wait.
Yeah?
Don't tell anyone I'm here. Please don't tell anyone I'm here.
Well, why not?
This really isn't any of your business. I'm not in any trouble. I'm in here because I want to be. Please just move it along and don't tell anyone you saw me here.
Well, don't worry about that because I can't see you. Because you won't come out.
That's the idea.
Well, listen, I'm on part of a project called No Rock Unturned. Do you know what it is? Well, No Rock Unturned is a project made up of people like me who walk all across America and learn about its land and the folks who live in it. Our goal is to eventually count everyone in America as a friend. Ours assigned to the 38 degrees, 13 minutes, 18 seconds line of latitude.
The screen shows a picture of the US with a thin white line running across it.
So if you imagine a line that's 100 feet wide and about 2,500 miles long, stretching from coast to coast, you've got the idea. That's my line. I'm hiking all the way through this line, and it's my job to take in all the wonders I see and try to make friends with everyone I see. And while I'm at it,
Oh, yeah. I've seen you all go through here. I've seen people walk through these woods here with the same t-shirt on.
Well, you might have mistaken it for someone else. There's only a few hundred of us, so we usually pass through here, through an area every 800 years or so.
I know that.
Well, you couldn't have seen.
Yes, I could have. I've been in here for 9,313 years.
9,000 years?
9,313 years.
A long pause as Tim is stunned. Suddenly he realizes who he's talking to.
Oh, God in heaven. You're Eddie Krieger.
The screen shows a billboard off the highway with "Where is Ed Krieger" written on it haphazardly. There's another pause.
You have to promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me. Promise me.
Well, I mean,
If you do, you will be fucking me over more than you can imagine. For whatever that's worth, for the love of God, tell nobody.
A pause as Tim ponders what to do.
okay.
Not even your people, not even the no rock,
No rock unturned.
not even them.
Okay. You know what? I promise I won't. But if I could ask you something in return?
What?
See, what I do is, in order to get to know people better, I have these questions I ask everyone I meet. It's on this piece of paper here. Could I at least ask you the first 10?
What the fuck for?
It's just that I really care a lot about what I do. It means a lot to me to get to know everyone I come across if I can. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I have never run into anyone who was sitting in a cave and wouldn't come out. It would about kill me if I couldn't at least talk to you.
The screen shows an image of Tim's paper. Eddie sits and thinks about Tim's proposition.
All right. Fine, all right.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, question 1 is, what's your name? Eddie Krieger. Man, I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it. Already knew that one, so we can skip it.
That counts as 1.
Oh, come on.
No free ones. You have 11 left.
Jeez. All right, you're the boss. Question 2. Can you tell me a little bit about where we are?
Louisville.
Oh, come on.
Okay, all right. You're standing next to the Beergrass Creek, which...
Oh, yeah, it seems like an interesting creek.
It's not.
I was just trying to say something nice.
Did you think you were going to hurt my feelings because you didn't like a nearby creek?
Sorry.
Sorry for what?
I don't know. Sorry.
A long, awkward pause is shared between the two.
So you're standing
Anyway.
next to...
Sorry.
So you're standing next to the South Fork of Beergrass Creek, which runs all around Louisville. I'm sitting in what would be called 11 Jones Cave. If anyone remembered it, was here, which nobody does.
Okay. I'm going to go off script for question 3. Why is it called 11 Jones Cave?
I'll answer that, but before I do, there's something we need to do. Here, come over here.
Tim shuffles a few steps stage right towards Eddie.
Here?
Closer, closer, just for a second. Get in the shot.
Tim shuffles over another few steps.
Here?
That'll work.
Eddie turns and addresses the audience directly.
Hello, whoever you are. I'm Eddie, and what was your name?
Tim.
And this is Tim. And you, the audience, are watching this at...
Note: at this point, Eddie should make an attempt to remember the name of the theater that the play is currently being performed at, eventually setting on something that is almost correct. The original lines from 1776 are presented below for reference.
What's that site with the name that sounds like ESPN sports site?
ESP Nation? SP Nation?
ESB Nation. And you've been listening in on our little conversation here. It's in somewhat poor taste to address you directly, but some things are more important than the fourth wall. One of those things is your personal safety and well-being. We are about to talk about 11 Jones Cave. This is a cave I live in, but I can only do that because I am unkillable. If you're watching this prior to the year 2026, you are extraordinarily killable. Do not attempt to enter this cave. I say this for 2 reasons. The first of which is that there is a very real risk of you getting stuck in it. The second and more important reason is that this cave harbors extraordinarily high levels of carbon dioxide. I know how people are. Maybe you're telling yourself, well, I'm special, I won't let myself get poisoned by carbon dioxide. You will. And you'll be remembered as the person who died in some crappy cave because you saw it in a play about sentient 178th century space probes who watch football all day, even though the most handsome character in the story completely interrupted everything to explicitly tell you not to.
Tim begins to walk back to his original placement, arriving there at the start of his next line.
Who are you talking to?
Don't worry about it.
Well, if you won't answer, that doesn't count as one of my questions.
Fair enough.
You're still on question 3. Why is it called 11 Jones Cave?
Nobody really agrees on the story here. The most boring answer is that it was near a couple of properties owned by guys named Levin and Jones. And the name just kind of morphed out of that. The more fun story is that in the 1800s, there was a gang of bandits known as the 11 Jones Gang. They lived in the cave and built bedrooms out of its little corridors. They installed an iron gate in here to protect all the stolen treasure they stashed here. If you believe all the stories ever told about this cave, there's tons and tons of treasure back here. There's a Confederate sword from the Civil War. There's a cannon for some reason.
Is any of that stuff really in there?
Pass.
What?
A series of newspaper clippings about the 11 Jones gang appear on the screen.
Pass. I pass on that question. Ask another.
What? Why won't you tell me?
I'm gonna go ahead and call that one question 4. I don't want to tell you because I don't want to deprive you of mystery. Uncertainty is our greatest scarcity. You should be delighted to not know something.
Well, I don't agree with that. That's why I'm on this hike, to find out as much as I can about the land and the people who live here.
You're an asshole.
What?
You're an asshole. You have all the time in the world, infinite time, and just a little bit of mystery. Ration it.
It's my choice to make. It shouldn't matter to you.
It's going to matter to your future self. What if it's 50,000 years down the road and you're all out of mysteries? Mystery is an exhaustible resource. If you depend on that to make you happy, you better start saving it instead of gorging yourself like a little piglet. Know where that'll leave you? You'll have nothing left to explore in the world, so you look up at the stars for galaxies to collide. You might see it happen every couple million years. The whole time you're waiting, you'll wish for some old forest to discover, some open house to visit. There won't be any. I bet then you remember what I told you.
Well, what do you do?
That's question 5. I play the hits. You know what this is?
Eddie holds his hand containing the game above the rock so Tim can see.
A video game, I guess?
It's Double Dribble, one of those old handheld Konami games. The screen is, you can barely even call it a screen. It's just a printed picture of a basketball court and a few little LCD illustrations that flip on and off in front of it. Way back when it was made, my grandson showed it to me. I never played a video game in my life. I figured I was too old for any of that business, but I played it and played it. You're this little guy, and you have to dribble around the defenders and score. That's the whole game. You get to 99 points, you win. Take some time to really get the hang of, but not that much time. Tell you the truth, you play it for a couple weeks and you've got it down. You never miss a shot. So I made up this game where I tried to beat it as quick as I could, and I tried to beat my own record. I've got this little timer with me. I'd hit the button with my foot to start it, and as soon as I got to 99, I'd stop it. And eventually, I realized that it was impossible to beat the game any faster than 3 minutes and 18 seconds for about a year. I tried to beat it faster than 3 minutes and 18 seconds, and I just couldn't do it. So I'd see if I could beat it in an exact time, like exactly 5 minutes or exactly 20 minutes and 7 seconds. And without a timer, it's kind of hard to...
You played this for a year.
That's question 6. I've been playing it for 285 years. Usually about 8 hours a day, sometimes a lot more.
Ah,
The screen shows a black and white image of Double Dribble's screen.
I decided I'd play it for a total of 300 years, that's it. Any more than that, and I may as well just stare at the walls of this cave. I kind of feel that way already some of the time. But I've got to make it last, though. There are other games. There's Shinobi, Jordan vs. Bird, lots of others. There are like 10,000 of them. But suppose I get 300 years of play out of each of them. That's only 3 million years.
well, that's a lot of time.
It's 3 million divided by infinity. Nothing is anything when you're dividing it by infinity.
Why are you in there?
Question 7.
Eddie's football card is shown on the screen. All of the stats show 1 rushing attempt continued, question mark yards, and 0 touchdowns.
I'm a safety in a long-distance football game between...
I thought you were running back.
No. Common misconception. The other team's been trying to tackle me so long, a lot of people must have forgotten what position I played. Anyway, it's a long-distance game between Louisville and Charlotte. So the field's about 330 miles long. Not as long as some of these other games, but the Appalachians right around midfield. And it's just a bear going up and down those mountains. Charlotte was wiping our asses. It was 84-14. Thing about long-distance game, though, is they come with a ton of paperwork. Rules on top of rules on top of rules. A lot of them are just copied and pasted from other games wholesale. Who the hell knows what's in them? We were around 20 years into this football game before we really went through the rule books and started looking for something we could use. It's about as big as an encyclopedia set, but me and the rest of the folks on defense spent months going through them. Finally, we found one. It must have been a leftover from some old game they forgot to take out. It said, basically, if you get possession of the ball and stay in your own end zone for 10,000 years without being tackled, it's an automatic win for you. Game over. And of course, our end zone was defined as the city limits of Louisville. So, one of our cornerbacks, she was like, if there's somewhere you can hide in Louisville, maybe it's worth trying. And I was like, well, think of how many searchers Charlotte's gonna be able to recruit over the course of 10,000 years. They'll flip this city upside down. There'll be thousands of them. But she was like, well, it's either that or we're losing the game. A few weeks later, they're just about to score on us again. They've got the ball at Mount Washington, so, they're knocking on the door. They have this quarterback who can just zip it. Good conditions. He can throw it 700 yards. It's one of the most beautifully thrown footballs I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. So he just launches it, but the wideout I'm covering falls in a construction site. All of a sudden, I'm all alone. Easy pick for me. But instead of trying to run it back, I retreat to Louisville, right?
Wow. So,
Yep. And you can probably fill in the rest. When I was a boy, 8, 9, 10, I used to go back here and play. I was like, I bet I'm the only person in the world who even remembers that little cave at all. And look at me. I was right.
The screen shows an old newspaper with an image of a man standing over the entrance of the cave.
You've hid here the entire time.
Yes.
You know you're famous, right? Like, really, really famous. Nobody's just disappeared in the middle of a game and stayed missing for as long as you have. You're like a legend.
A lot of good it does me. I wake up every morning on the rock. It's wet, smells like crap. The nanos clean the carbon dioxide out of the air and bring me food, but the only food they know how to synthesize is granola bars. God bless those little fellas, but they're dumber than hell. So, if this is what fame is, you can have it. By the way, that was question 8, and the answer is no. I didn't know I was famous, and I barely care. You have 2 questions left.
Okay. Does this game really mean so much that you're willing to hide in a cave for 10,000 years?
Well, the game only barely matters to me at this point.
There seems to be a theme here.
It's enough to keep me going. It's an objective, It's an objective. I was an old man. I was 87 years old the day we stopped aging. And I was in good health and all that, but I was still waking up every day and telling myself, Eddie, could be any day now. It could be any day. And I made peace with it. Having an end, knowing one day would be the last day, it felt correct. It felt comfortable. That's been taken from me. The telomeres in my cells stopped shrinking. My wrinkles faded themselves away. I remember on my 128th birthday, I woke up and it was beautiful and I went out for a run. I hadn't gone out for a run my whole life. It was the best time I ever had. God damn, it was the best morning I ever had. I didn't even have good shoes for it, just my old loafers. Got blisters like you wouldn't believe. Those were the times, but those times gave way to being afraid. I mean, who wants to live forever? What am I going to do with forever? And so I figured, I need to get good at living from second to second. Forget all these big conquests. Live second to second to second to second, one at a time. That's what this cave is for.
You're kind of like a monk or something then, I guess.
Suppose I kind of am. But this cave's even more to me than that. There used to be newspaper articles and things about this cave. Every couple of decades, someone would rediscover it and write about it. And people were like, well, how about it? 11 Jones Cave, a mystery cave right in the middle of this big city, and we didn't even know about it. And then they'd move to something else, and 20 or 30 years later, someone would remember it again.
The screen shows an online article from the Kentucky Naturalist News.
And now nobody does. Even my childhood friends, the ones I used to play with when I was a boy, they've forgotten about the cave and we discovered it the way back then. Or else they don't care because I'm sure as hell none of them come to visit. So this is my cave. And I don't mean it like I own it. I mean it like this cave is known only to me. It's my duty to know every little crack, every little place the rock just out. It's my duty to know when the soil gets saturated and the water is about to come wandering through here. It's my duty to look after the little cave beetles. They don't have eyes, they need a little help sometimes. It's my little speck of the only world I know, and I love it to bits. Well, you got one more question, I think, don't you?
Yeah. Would you like to know God personally? Because see, like, the bridge to God is through the cross. I have a diagram. It kind of shows how you cross the bridge of death to find salvation. And here, you can have this one.
Tim reaches over and hands Eddie a crumpled piece of paper. The paper is shown on the screen.
Okay, just here. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you. Thanks. Great.
Another awkward pause as Eddie looks at the diagram.
I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this.
Oh, hey. There's no need to. I'm sorry. Hey, no, I'm sorry.
I know the Lord's up there. I want to let everyone know he's coming, but I'm just so nervous to tell people. I've been trying all these years, and I always feel stupid. So I get nervous every time, and the printer prints it weird. It's all blocky and fuzzy when you print it out, and it looks stupid.
Maybe he is up there.
You don't have to.
No, really. I don't believe so, but I've been wrong before. You ever wonder if this is heaven now? You ever wonder if we're all just there now and we don't know it?
I've thought about that. All of us have. There's a lot less people who go to church than they're used to, because that's what a lot of people think. But I don't think so. But I think about it, and I think, well, I can't be, because I'm like you. I kind of look at the big, long life ahead of me that stretches out forever and disappears, and I get scared. And I think, this can't be heaven if I'm getting scared, right? And then I think, maybe I'm in heaven, and heaven is scary.
One final pause is shared between the two.
I know exactly what you mean.
The screen shows a baseball field near some trees, the sun shining brightly overhead. Eddie and Tim exit. End of scene 16.